Hey there, XTV fans. This is Moose from Moose Tracks, and I will be going over very briefly today CP Follower, this week's UGC Highlander map. If you can't tell, my nose is a little stuffy and my throat's a little sore, so I don't sound as good as usual. But I will be doing my best to quickly go over the map and point out landmarks and see things I expect to see without losing my voice, which I'm already going on. So let's get started here. I'm in the blue spawn, and the two sides are halves, so blue spawn is just like red spawn, and as we go push through, the red side's exactly the same. Nothing to worry about. Two ways out, left and right. Left side, if you leave that way, the first thing you're going to see is this platform. Other teams might call it the walled area, whatever works for your team. Turn around and you see the final control point, so we're kind of working backwards here. And this kind of looks small, I think, compared to the rest of the map. Up here I call the shack, which connects to a bridge, and we'll get to where that bridge heads in just a second. This is the right side of the final yard, and the cinder blocks here are the only thing worth noting, but this side of the yard usually isn't utilized very much by either team, whether they're attacking or defending. You'll often see a sentry, a level 3, either placed here or underneath this little platform over here in this bush, so it's hard to see. All great hiding areas, just something to look out for. Both sides hard to spam, so this is kind of defensively stacked here towards the end. Up here you've got this upper area, this zigzag, and a deck, which is what I call this, and both those are accessible from inside. We'll get to that in a second. Two ways to get into this next area, left and right, gate 1, gate 2. And in here you'll notice it looks a lot like Granary's second point, with a capture point in between a doorway, two ways out to final, and this kind of like size of this staging area here. It's all very similar. This map designer takes a lot of design cues from Granary, so if you're uncomfortable with the map, just remember that. Up here, this upper area is the way to get out to the deck and to the bridge through zigzag. And this little ledge up here, this little shelf, can be stood on by a scout or a soldier, whatever can jump up here, whatever can get up here. I'm not sure all the classes that can make it. Again, this is kind of like Granary in the way this is shaped. You've got this area, this leads out to the next yard, but before I go out there, I'm going to go check up here. This is the upper flank, as I call it, and this is just another way for the attacking team to get up behind the defending team and try to get some height advantage. We'll get to that in a second, how to get up here. Anyways, two ways out of here, left and right. We're going to go out right this time and talk about this yard, the yard between second and mid. And if you look at it, it's shaped a lot like Granary's yard again, minus a little bit of height elevation differences here. Again, this guy likes Granary apparently, and uses a lot of design cues in his map. Right yard, here's forward spawn for if your team caps mid, which is good to know where that is. This is the staircase which leads up to the house, and I will talk about the house in a second. And this is the drop down from the inside of the house, which leads back out to the right yard. If you're attacking, it's left yard. You can obviously change up directions as you're attacking or defending. This left side of yard here is separated from right by a greenhouse, which is kind of neat. It's kind of unique. You can't get in it in a match, but you can certainly no-clip in here and check it out. Not a whole lot to see, but it's kind of cool. This really doesn't serve much purpose other than to be fancy and to give you maybe a little bit of height elevation, but it doesn't go anywhere. This is if you're attacking, or if you're defending and you're pushing out, this is the left side door. Here's the way you get up to that upper flank area, as I was talking about earlier. There's a staircase on the right, and that leads up to this upper flank area for the attacking team. Definitely worth defending if you're defending this area. And one last thing to note is this little L-shaped room, which has a drop down, which is never utilized, which makes me sad. because it's a great way for a soldier or a demo man or whatever to get up behind a pushing enemy team trying to push in here and get a couple rockets or stickies off on them, which could be the difference between an attacking team winning and losing the push. You guys know all about that, I'm sure. But I'd like to see that utilized by some of you guys in this next week's map. Only other thing to note is this little connector here between the drop down and the left yard. Here we're coming through choke, and I call it choke because it's like Granary's choke out of mid, and there's a middle sized health pack there, which is good to note. Turn around. It looks just like Badlands out here. This is the middle point, and it is on a bridge flanked by 2 trains on over top of a valley. A lot of design cues from Badlands obviously here. Couple things to talk about is the number of ways to get in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doorways in and out of here. So if you're going to push through any side, you've got to also be ready for the team to push through any side. This is the house. I forgot to mention it earlier. This is the staircase that leads up to the house I was talking about, and this is basically a giant rectangle. There's really nothing too distinct in here, unless you want to give it a name, like this could be the health pack side, this could be the drop down side of house, but it's small enough that your team should be able to get to you. And this, which I lovingly refer to as the shit house because it gets so spammed out, it's so unlivable. But if you don't like that word, you can call it the toll house if you like, just as long as your team knows what you're talking about. Just looking at mid a little bit more, you've got a hole in the bridge, same side on both sides, for your demo or soldier to spam in, try to get a rocket off on the scout or spy trying to get underneath you. There are these little planks that go from the middle capture point to the house, and those kind of paint a big target on your back if you're running across. So you got to be careful and you got to be quick if you're going to utilize those. Otherwise, it's really fairly straightforward. It's a very linear 5 CP map. Oh, one thing, while I was talking about rollouts earlier, I did a little bit of timing and experimenting with Soldier, and I found that a left side rollout going in through the left side of the final yard, and then left door out through left yard up here, and then jumping, got me about 2 seconds faster out to mid than taking a right side rollout and pushing through the house and jumping out of any of these doors. So that's definitely worth noting. If your team's especially worried about speed, then that's one thing to note. Otherwise, it's a very unique and fun map. It's really well balanced for Highlander, so I hope everyone enjoys it. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing everyone's videos and seeing how you guys utilize pushes and defenses on this map. Obviously, 1,000 ways to attack the midpoint, so I'm interested in seeing what you guys can come up with. I am reachable at almost any time. You can drop a comment on the follower analysis article I do, or find me on Reddit. I will get a link to my follower Reddit thread on the article so that you guys can leave me a message there. Have any questions, just let me know. I'll be around for the rest of the week, so yeah, hopefully you guys have fun with this, and I am going to be looking forward to learning more about this map over the course of the week. Please leave me a comment somewhere. You love the video, hate the video, think it's a good idea, bad idea, let me know, because it's my first video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this map. Moose, sorry about the voice comm, but Moose signing out.